Yo, what's up guys? Today I want to talk about why you shouldn't worry about small things. See, I've always been an amazing student at school, and I wouldn't learn that much, but I wouldn't learn that little either. And getting a C at an exam would make me feel bad, would make me feel sad and anxious, like, oh, I'm not that good, fuck, I would be super sad about it. Even a stupid C. So my friend recently asked me, does it fucking matter? Because I remember stressing out for an exam. And exams would be maybe not stressful, but I'd sit at night and learn. And if the material was quite hard, I'd be mad about it. Maybe I wouldn't be stressing at the day of the exam, but I'd be mad about the fact that I have to learn right now. But do I? Do I have to learn right now? Because, see, passing with amazing grades doesn't give me shit. Like, honestly. Where I'm from, you can get money for getting good grades from school. But that money is like $20. You can get $20 for half a year of work. For countless hours spent on you studying for these exams. Like, it's a funny amount for the work and worries that you have to put in to earn that. So my friend asked me, does it fucking matter? And I thought to myself, like, no, it doesn't. It's such an insignificant thing. This exam is such an insignificant thing. So there's no point in me stressing about it. And me stressing about it and learning for it is a waste of time. Because I'm gonna pass anyways. So I can either pass with an amazing mark and stress about it and boost my cortisol and lower my testosterone because of it. Or I can pass with less good of a mark. But don't stress about it. Don't lose nights over it. Don't lose testosterone over it. Because of the cortisol spike. And between these two options, I'm choosing the second one. I'm not gonna be stressing about insignificant things. I'm not gonna be worrying about these little stupid things that don't give me anything in the future. That have no return on investment. I can invest hours and hours on studying, and what is it gonna give me? $20 fucking dollars? Like, there is no point in it. Of course, I'm not telling you to fuck school and to now have problems with school. No. But if you can study for like 15 minutes and pass not like very low, but like a middle of the group or higher. If you can pass and have no problems with your parents or with principles, if you can pass, there's literally no point in studying. Of course, if that studying is gonna give you some return on investment, if it's gonna give you some benefits in the future, of course study. But if that studying is just pointless memorizing of some stupid material that you're never gonna use and that you will forget in like 2 days, like, there's no point. So don't waste on time and energy and your worries on stupid things. Because see, there's a book, A Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I'm sure you know it, as you're watching this self-improvement video. A huge point of that book is there's only a certain amount of fucks that you can give. There's only a certain amount of worries that you can give. There's only a certain amount of things that you can worry about and that you can care about and focus on. So if you make these worries, these stupid things like school, like good grades, and you worry about getting these grades, or over things that are not significant, and not even about the school, but over things that are not significant, if you worry about them, you're gonna lose focus. You're not gonna be able to worry about these bigger things. And by worry, I mean focus. By worry, I mean put all your focus onto that thing. Imagine if you have these worries stacked up, recording a YouTube video, going to a gym, doing that important task of the day isn't gonna be that easy. All these things stacked up are gonna leave you with such a little amount of focus and worries that you can give to that most important task of the day. But how about you flip these, and this most important task of the day is gonna take most of your worries. It is something that you're gonna worry about, not all these little insignificant things and stupid that aren't gonna give you anything in the future. What if you worry about the right things? And it doesn't have to be a worry that boosts your heart rate and that makes you anxious. No, I'm not saying about that type of worry, but it might be. I'm just saying that if you focus on these little smaller things, you're not gonna be able to focus fully on that one bigger thing. You literally boost your cortisol over what? Over an insignificant, small, stupid thing that isn't gonna give you shit in the future. I've noticed that we as humans like to imagine these bad scenarios. All these bad things that could happen, that maybe will happen, but there's a very small chance that it will. But we still think about them and we lose nights over them. Like, such an overthinking is also a worry that you give, a fuck that you give, that takes away from the facts that you could give about significant things. Stop imagining bad scenarios in your head. I'm sure you had a situation where you've been thinking about that bad scenario, that something bad will happen. You've been thinking about it constantly. And when the time came, that bad scenario didn't fucking happen. It wasn't even close to happening. Instead of the worst thing happening, a good thing happened. Not even a bad thing happened, but not as bad as you've been thinking. A good thing happened. So thinking about all these bad scenarios is pointless because they, first of all, never happen. And if they did, okay. If they did, it would be nice to be prepared beforehand. But they don't. And even if they do happen, even if the bad scenarios that you've been thinking about and overthinking about, if they happen, you might be prepared. But over what? Over stressing about it? Over losing nights over it? Over losing sleep? Over losing testosterone because of cortisol spike? Because of higher cortisol? Like, there is no point, literally there is no point in coming up with these bad scenarios. But still, we do it. I remember my girl told me that I'd be meeting her father. And as soon as I heard that, I was a little bit anxious. And I started coming up with these bad scenarios, with all these things that her father could tell me, all these questions that he could ask me, all these things all these bad things that would happen. And guess what? None of this fucking happened. We shook hands, we talked a little bit, but none of the questions that I've asked myself in my head. And these weren't some improbable questions. These were normal questions that would be quite uncomfortable to answer. But these weren't some from the roof questions. These were normal questions. So you could say, oh, there was a high probability that he would ask you them and you would be prepared. But I was stressing so much about it. But when the time came, he didn't ask me any of them. And all this worrying about it was pointless. And I was less productive because of that. Because I gave worries to the small thing. I worried about the little insignificant things that are only in my mind. So focus on bigger things. And don't worry about the smaller ones. And do not ever fucking come up with these bad scenarios because they never happen. And if they do, it's not worth losing nights over it. That's the lesson that I want you to learn after clicking off this video. Don't worry about the small things and focus on the bigger ones. Thanks for watching. Type in comments your questions, subscribe, and see you guys till next time.